Greetings and welcome to our video today. In today's video, I'm going to take you through BSG year 16. Currently, we are in year 16 of the simulation. But before making the decisions together for year 16, I'm going to take you through year 15 scoreboard, and so that we can see how we have performed in our previous years. So before everything, if you need help in the BSG simulation, feel free to text me on the email in the description or on the WhatsApp number in the description, and I'll sort you out. Thank you so much. So currently we're in year 16 of the simulation, and here is how we've been performing. We are actually company C, and you can see we are actually ranked number 1 in the simulation with an investor expectation score of 120, best in the industry score of 100, weighted average score of 110, and change in year 14 was +1, but that one doesn't really matter. So we actually ranked number 1, but from the beginning I started working on this simulation from the group that gave me the assignment. They were really struggling, and maybe it was around year 11. You can see for year 11 they were actually the last group because they were ranked number 10 in the simulation. I worked for them year 12. Year 12, you can see we were ranked number 4. And then year 13, we were ranked number 2. And then year 14, we were ranked number 1. And also year 15, we were ranked number 1. So we actually leading this simulation up to the end. So if you need such results, text me on the email in the description and I'll set you out, or I'll help you out. So that's it about the scoreboard that we have here. And also it's good for us to go through these footwear industry report. Also you can go through the comparative competitive efforts, which is the main report that you need to go through it before making the decision. So through the comparative competitive efforts, you get to know how other companies are performing. You get to know your competitors. You get to know maybe the pricing, the search engine advertising, all that. So let's say for the North America market, we can compare our company with what we have under the industry average. So you can see the industry average needs an internet or a retail price of 84.14, search engine advertising of 74.50 in this market of North America, brand advertising of 16,250. That's what needed by the industry average. Wholesale price of 59.90, maybe SQ rating of around 5.8, and retailer support of 48.25. And also you need to know how you're selling your products under the private label. And of course, under the private label, we are the leaders, because you can see we are selling our products at a price of 34.50, and we sold 1,007 products. And we actually have the biggest market share of 30.0%. So we're actually leading in the simulation for the private label for the North America market. You can also go to the second market, the Europe, Africa. You can also compare your retail price, your wholesale price with what you have. And also you can compare your private label segment, whereby we are actually also leaders. We sold our products at 35.50. And we sold 1,007 products for the second market, Europe, Africa. Also go to the Asia Pacific. You compare your prices and also compare your private label up to the end, which is the Latin America market. So in this simulation, you should know that we have 4 market segments, or 4 markets. One of them, North America, Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific, and lastly the Latin America. So you need to go through the comparative competitive efforts keenly before making your decisions for the next year. Remember, these just results for the last year, and down here is how you can compare, or maybe you can see your competitors. We can see company C only here, meaning we are the leaders. So our closest competitor is actually company A, but no problem, we are still winning this up to the end. Also under the wholesale segment, you can see where company C is, and you can see our competitors. Also, you need to know or you need to come up with a unique SQ rating for your markets, so that you can be able to win the simulation. The simulation is very simple. All you need to have is a strategy on how you are going to win the simulation. So after going through the comparative competitive efforts, I want us to go through the decisions together and make decisions for year 16. Also, you can go through the industry overview or the financial statistics, production benchmark. can also go through the credit rating and image rating and compare the image rating that you have and the maybe the credit rating that you have in the simulation. You can also go through the EPS, the ROE, that's return on equity, and maybe the image of the company, and maybe the CSRE, also the stock price, and yeah, we have the scoreboard there. So after going through all that, we are going to make decisions for year 16 together and see the or maybe see how we're going to perform in this round. So we shall start with the first department, which is the compensation and training. And the compensation and training, we are talking only about 4 things. One of them being the base wage, incentive pay, fringe benefits, best practices, the supervisory staff, and the supervisory compensation. So starting with the base wage, we normally maintain it at 1% for our 2 facilities. Remember, only 2 facilities are open at the moment. We're only using 2 facilities for our company. That's the North America facility and the Asia Pacific facility, because those are the 2 main facilities used in the BSG simulation. So we shall allocate 1% each for the 2 facilities for the base wage. Incentive pay and fringe benefits, that one we need to allocate it when we have maybe a lot of profit or a lot of money in the company, but at the moment we are not going to allocate anything. We shall just maintain them at 0. Best practices training, we're going to allocate 5,500 each. That's 5,500 for the 2 facilities, and mainly this will help improve our maybe core competencies, and maybe also it will reduce the production errors in the company, and also might raise the overall output quality in the company. For the supervisory staff, we shall actually maintain just the ratio 40:1 for the 2 facilities. Supervisory compensation, we shall maintain 1% each again. And then just after compensation and training decisions, you can see our projected performance for the year. You can see that we are already almost beating the investor expectation, because the earnings per share is at 12.87. The investor expectation is 5.25. Return on equity is 24, and the investor expectation is 26.0. Credit rating is already at A+, and the investor expectation is A-. Image rating is at 100, and investor expectation is 77. So we're going to improve this and make it better, so that maybe you can have bigger values under the year 16 performance, so that we can beat the investor expectation by far. So next department is actually the branded production. And now the branded production, talking about the superior materials, which you need to maintain at 60, maybe to 60 to 65%. And number of models, you can give them the maximum if you have enough production, or maybe after checking your production out. Enhanced styling, you can choose maybe to reduce or increase depending on how your production or how your maximum production capability is. And TQM, we shall just maintain at 0.5 each. That's it under the branded production. So we can make this remain at 450 for the number of models, and then we see if we can be able to produce this number of products. So I can see our demand at the moment is at 24,700. I would love us to increase our enhanced styling a little bit, maybe to 67, so that we can have an SQ rating of 7.7 each. So this one you need to adjust this a little bit, maybe to 70, so that we can have 7.7 for the 2. And you can see that the total branded production is still at 24,700. We can increase this to 500 and also this to 500, and see. You can see that the total branded production needed is 25,500. Down here, we have where we need to produce products. So this one, we can increase it maybe to 12,000, and see. And this one we can increase to 13,000, which is actually the maximum amount. Remember, you should not produce overtime, because you'll end up spending a lot of money. So I can see the total branded production needed has increased to 26,000. Let me see if we have more. If we can buy more, we can't. So we'll have to reduce our number of models a little bit, maybe to 450 each. So after reducing them to 450 each, you can see that our Total branded production needed is 25,000 and the total number of products produced is 25,000. So we are good to go because we are satisfying the demand that we have. After making those decisions for the branded production, you can see that everything has changed under the projected year 16 performance. You can see the earnings per share at the moment is at 18.96 and the investor expectation is 5.25. ROE, which is the return on equity, is at 33.4%, and the investor expectation is 26%. Credit rating at A+, the investor is at A-, image rating is at 100, investor expectation is 77. So we have already surpassed the investor expectation by far, and we are winning this. Now we shall go to the production facilities. Under the production facilities, we either buy more, maybe more capacity, or maybe by buying or maybe constructing additional space in the simulation. But at the moment, I don't think it's right to do that. We shall just maintain that and go forward. So we shall go to the distribution and warehouse. And under the distribution and warehouse, I see things are not looking bad for the simulation. All we need to do, I can see all our products have aligned, or maybe in every facility or every the distribution in every facility is actually right because we don't have any less here. So we shall just maintain our decisions that way under this part. So that's it. We shall have to go to the next department, which is now the internet marketing. And the internet marketing, before the internet marketing, we normally go through the wholesale marketing. So under the wholesale marketing, we're talking about the wholesale price. And our wholesale price is quite okay, or is quite fair for our customers. So we shall just maintain it at 67 for the North America market. Europe, Africa shall maintain at 68. Asia Pacific shall maintain at 67. Latin America shall maintain at 68. For the brand advertising, we shall increase 26,000 to 27,000. We shall maintain this at 24,000 for the Europe Africa market. Asia Pacific should also maintain at 24,000 and 20,500 for the Latin America. Remember, you need to go through the comparative competitive effort so that you can compare what you have under the simulation or what you have under the brand advertising and all this with the industry average so that you can know the values that you're going to put here. Mail-in rebate shall maintain at 5 each for all the 4 facilities. Delivery time we shall actually maintain in 2 weeks. We can't adjust because all our competitors are still using 2 weeks. Retailer support, we're just going to maintain 5,500 for the North America, 5,500 for the Europe Africa, Asia Pacific 5,000, and Latin America 4,500. This is after keenly going through the report and knowing that everything is right. So we shall get back to the internet marketing. Also, we shall maintain our prices. You need to know that your retail price should exceed by the wholesale price by only 40%. So 40% for all of them. That's what the retail price should exceed the wholesale price by. Search engine advertising we should also maintain the same because the report we have surpassed the industry average, so there's no need to overspend in that. Free shipping, we are not going to offer free shipping. You should only offer free shipping when your competitors are offering free shipping, but at the moment I can't advise offering maybe free shipping for our products. So that's it under the internet marketing and the wholesale market. So next is the private label. Private label, we are talking about the superior materials again. You need to maintain around 60% to 65%, so we shall just maintain that way. Enhanced styling, we shall also maintain that way because I can see down here we have surpassed the SQ rating needed because the global minimum is 5.0 and you can see that we have around 5.1 and also 5.1. So we shall just maintain it that way. Down here, you need to distribute your products under the private label. So for the North America warehouse, I can give these around 600. Also this 600. So this 600 and also this 600. Because if you multiply this by 4, you'll get 2,400. On the other side, I guess we should allocate 650 each, because if you divide 2,600 divided by 4, you'll get something around 2,600. So we shall just maintain 650 each. Down here the prices, I'll just maintain my prices because my prices are fair to the customers, and also here I'll issue yes, so that the projected incomes for this private label should be connected to the overall performance. And after making decision for the private label, you can also see we have more changes under the projected results. You can see the EPS or the earnings per share is now at 20.39. Return on equity is now at 35.5%. Credit rating is still at A+, which is the maximum. Image rating is at the maximum, which is 100. So we are really making money in the simulation. Next is the celebrity endorsements. I'll just use the three of the celebrity endorsements because I need more celebrities for my company. So I allocated 10,000 for Kimi Gmail, Nandan Chuck Norris 12,000, Nick Shavan 10,000, and my maximum spend is actually 30,000 because I need more celebrities who will help me market my company and will do the brand advertising for my company. Next is the corporate citizenship, and I'm not going to change anything here because the use of recycled boxing should just be yes. Energy efficiency, I'll maintain it at 100%. Charitable contributions, I won't offer any now because I need more profits to issue it. Ethics and training, I'll maintain yes. Also improved working conditions and the institution of a supplier code of conduct, I'll maintain it at yes. Lastly is the finance and cash flow. And as the finance and cash flow, here we're normally talking about financing our company or funding our company. But at the moment you are making a lot of money. So what am I going to do with my money? Because you can see my ending cash is 270,000. So what will I do with that money? I'm going to repurchase stock. So I can just repurchase stock of, let's say, 300. And you can see that I'll remain with 114,692 after repurchasing stock of 300. So that's it about my decisions. So I'm going to take you through it again so that we can make sure that everything is fine for our decisions before uploading the decision, before saving the decisions. So after making these decisions, you realize something. Everything under my projected results have surpassed the investor expectation. So if you need such results for your simulation, or if you are struggling with the BSG simulation, text me on the email on the description or on the WhatsApp number on the description and I'll sort you out. So the earnings per share by the end of the simulation, as you can see, is at 20.70. ROE is at 38.1. Credit rating A+, and image rating at 100. Net revenues, we have 1,929,554. Net profit, we have 407,842. Ending cash is at 114,692, which is quite fine at the moment. So everything is positive. We have already surpassed the investor expectation, and these are going to be our projected year 16 performance. And we hope we will continue leading the simulation up to year 20 of the simulation we as company see. So if you need such results, text me and I'll help you. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like my video. Thank you so much.